Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and today we have another DougDoug video. This is Mario Party, but explained with food. How is this a video? Is this even me? All I remember is the Hyrule, or it wasn't technically Hyrule. I guess it was the Link or Zelda cooking stream, which was insane. And you had to try the worst food ever. That was great. That was a good video. I wish they made more.
Mario Party is a long-running multiplayer series from Nintendo, where four players compete to...
It's an expensive long-running series that has some of the dumbest games ever. Some are funny, but a lot of them are stupid as shit.
Collect the most stars in a set period of time on an obstacle-filled board. Mario Party is just like a baking competition. You have 4 chefs in a kitchen, and Nintendo says, all right, guys, you have 1 hour to bake as many cakes as possible. Whoever has the most cakes at the end wins. And you...
That sounds about right. Also, you don't get any fucking ingredients.
Say, all right, I'm gonna work hard, and with enough skill and strategy, I can bake the most cakes. Now, in Mario Party, you earn stars by moving your character to the star location on the map. There's 4 total players, and then whoever has the most stars at the end of the game wins. But the...
if I remember right, you can get a lot of the stars for free, but a lot of them you have to pay for, at least in the newer versions, right? So, like the... 1 second. Do not ever install an Echo at your desk, because it can never help. So if I remember right, the first game, like I played Mario Party on the N64, if I remember right. Maybe it was the GameCube, but I'm pretty sure it was the N64. And I don't remember being able to buy stars in the first one. I know you could do it in the later ones, though.
The key is that you only make progress with dice. You hit this die, and it gives you a random number from 1 to 6. You don't control it at all, but that is how much progress you will make. So in this baking competition, you pull out your pots and pans and cake ingredients, and you turn on the oven.
I was trying to figure out what the hell those things were in the center of his, It's just a regular 4 gas burner stove. Yes. This was probably DougDoug's house before he made it big. It's got the soda stream in the corner there. The cheap $400 stove. I had a Samsung one where the controller board kept burning out. It was awful.
But the oven sets itself to 225 degrees. And you're like, that's weird. 225 is way too low. That's going to take forever to bake a cake. And you say, yo, Nintendo, I think your oven is broken. It just picked a temperature randomly, and it doesn't look like I can change it. There's just one giant button. And Nintendo goes, oh, don't worry. This is a mystery oven. In another minute, you can press the on button again, and the mystery oven will pick a new random temperature for you.
What the fuck? Oh. He taped over all the fucking buttons and shit. I was like, what the hell is going on here? Okay.
See, there you go. And you say, but that's a horrible way to cook. This will give me no control over the cooking process. And plus, Luigi's oven just set itself to 350 degrees, so he's going to be way ahead of me. Is there any way I can just pick the temperature?
No.
Well, in Super Mario Party, they added a new feature. Every single character has its own special die with a unique set of outcomes. So now you don't have to use the main random dice. You have the option to use the character's random dice. So now you can cook with this special mystery oven. Half the time it sets to 0 degrees, and the rest of the time it's 5,000 degrees. And
imagine you can get your oven to 5,000 degrees. That'd be fucking perfect way to bake a cake.
Like, this doesn't really help, dude. The special oven still doesn't let me choose the outcome, and the average temperature is exactly the same as the mystery oven anyways. It's just differently random. And Nintendo says, I know, it's a party. And I say, no, what is the point?
I could totally see Toad doing some bullshit like that. I know, isn't it great? No, it's great for me, and then walks off.
Having a baking competition if I have no control over the thing that actually does the baking. All right, well, how about this? Everybody stops baking, and we have a cooking minigame. Wait, what? Every few minutes, Nintendo stops everybody from baking cakes, and you have a minigame competition.
Okay, this just sounds like anything on the Food Network now.
competition. They pick a random game to play with a totally unique set of rules, and the winner of the minigame earns coins, which can be used to buy stars, if you reach a star location, obviously. This mini cooking game is pancake flipping. Whoever
hey, look, he got the oven to 350 degrees. Fucking cheater!
flips that pancake wins. This does sound fun, but what does this have to do with baking cake? First up is Wario. Next
pancakes
is Peach. Now Luigi. And now your turn. And you flipped that pancake.
I like he was I'm pretty sure he was flipping the same fucking pancake the whole time.
Pancake perfectly. You nailed this challenge using your own skill and decision making, and you were
but you're only allowed to flip it once, so you got to start over.
Rewarded for it. And Nintendo says, "Congratulations!" And you say, "Thanks. That actually felt pretty good." And Nintendo goes, "Here's your reward."
Damn it! I want some fucking pancakes. I don't want to order. Maybe I'll order pancakes. That sounds like a good use of money. like I understand like ordering dinner that's gonna be like $150 from Uber Eats or something like that for everyone. But ordering pancakes just sounds like a stupid idea because it's like at minimum gonna cost you $50 for 2 people. Just to order pancakes. You might be able to swing $35 after tip for pancakes. When you could just, I don't know, even if you want to go cheap, just buy a fucking case of waffles for $4.
A bunch of cake ingredients so that you can cook even more cakes. And I go, "Oh my god, thanks Nintendo, this is awesome." Wait. I can't actually use these cake ingredients. Remember? My stupid mystery ovens keep cooking so slowly that I can't...
No, it was at 350 last time I saw it.
actually get any baking done. And Nintendo goes, "I know, it's a party." And I say, no. What I'm saying,
I mean, you can still get baking done. It'll just be slower. At least you'll get something done.
What is the point of mini games if my oven prevents me from even using the resources that I win?
Just keep pressing the button until it works.
So in Mario Party, this goes on and on over the course of the game. Every round, you press a button on your mystery oven and it sets a random temperature, and your baking goes faster or slower as a result. And after 10 or 15 minutes, somebody finally gets the...
I mean, that does feel a lot like Mario Party in general, is how the rules work. Yep, and someone will only get the star, by the way, if they have enough fucking coins.
Star. And the cool part is that when someone gets to the star,
I guess they can get free ones in certain
games. Star to a completely new location, and everyone else gets no reward for all the progress they had made. This is like if you've been baking your cake for 20 minutes now, and your mystery oven's been baking really slow, but the cake is cooking a little bit, and a little bit more, and a little bit more, and it's almost done. But
and then and then you have to throw out your cake.
But then Luigi finishes his cake right before you.
Mamma mia.
And Nintendo yells, "Luigi finished the first cake!" And Nintendo runs over to you, rips your cake out of the oven, dumps it in the frickin' trash, and yells, "All right, everybody, start a new cake. Go!" And you say, wait, why'd you just...
Well, okay, that's not 100% true, because you still get to keep your coins usually, which you can use for the next star. So that would be the halfway baked cake.
Throw out my cake. It was almost done. And Nintendo says, "Well, Luigi finished his first." Yeah, but it doesn't make sense to throw away all my progress just because Luigi's oven was a little...
Yes, it does. That's how board games are. You throw away everyone's progress to start over. That's how the law of board games work.
Luckier, right?
Mamma mia.
And besides, you just gave Luigi a massive lead, and I can't actually catch up to him because of my stupid mystery oven. I know, it's a party. What kind of parties are you going to? As the game goes on, you'll also encounter random events or items. These might increase your dice roll, which is like making your oven hotter. Or they might give...
That is true, though. Once you get the first star in most Mario Party games, it is almost... like, it is possible, especially when... Okay, the newer versions of Mario Party, it makes it much easier to potentially win because you get all those bonus stars from things. But before, like, the older games... it was a lot harder to win after losing the first star, or at least the second star.
Give you an ally who adds to your dice roll every single turn, which is like Luigi getting a permanent sous chef who helps him bake while you have to cook solo. Or you can land on Lakitu's space and have him steal a star for you, and that's just what it sounds like. And you keep playing more mini cooking games like Strawberry Chess and Banana Flip and Tossing Toadette's Salad. And again, you can't do much with the winnings since your baking is entirely dictated by your oven, but you keep working hard and baking cakes, and Nintendo throws them in the trash before you can finish them, and you do more mini games and start more cakes and items and ovens and cakes and items and
It's okay. It's okay. You can make it to the end of the game, and then you can pay Nintendo for more DLCs and shit.
Finally, a full hour of furious baking later, the time runs out, and you're ready to determine the winner. Who baked the most cakes? The competition is over.
Luigi.
Let's tally the final scores. Peach baked 1 cake. Peach. Wario has 2 cakes.
Oh, nice.
Doug baked 0. And Luigi has 17 cakes.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds exactly right. Now, the upside, like I said, the new versions of the game do kind of give you a bunch of abilities to get new or multiple stars, which kind of balances it out, but it kind of still fucks you over in the beginning because you're just relying on the bonus stars then.
Mamma mia.
But before we declare Luigi the winner, we have to give out bonus cakes. Huh? In Mario Party, they
So that was definitely something new.
give out bonus stars at the end of the game. You might get a bonus for using the most items, or moving the least spaces, or having the most allies, and the categories are completely random, so you can't plan for them, and you never know who will win. Wait, doesn't giving out cakes now pretty much undo all the baking we just did for a full hour? Princess Peach, you get 1 bonus cake for using the most spoons. Peach.
That sounds... Oh, these are like in the... in real life, bonus spoons.
Luigi, you get 1 bonus cake for setting off the fire alarm. Mamma mia. And Doug, you get 20 bonus cakes for getting salmonella. Wait, really? Yes.
Yeah, okay, that actually does happen. Like, you'll have someone who's winning by like 4 stars, then all of a sudden they'll fucking lose to the guy at 0.
So now you have the most cakes. You won! Oh my god. You mean I won because of bonus cakes? Yeah, now you have the most. Even though the bonus categories were random. Yeah, even though bonus cakes have literally no strategy and undermine the entire game that we just played. Yeah,
Yes.
Oh my god, I won!
That's exactly the Nintendo game.
Yes, you did. And that means you win the grand prize.
To buy another
Oh my
game?
god. This prize is one of the greatest inventions of our age. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. This prize kicks ass. Yeah.
It's a fucking bill.
Yeah, it's incredible. Yeah, it's a 30-day trial of Audible. Yes! It's time to stop baking cakes and flipping flapjacks, because there's never been a better time to
Oh, you have a legit... This is a legit sponsor for Audible.
start listening on Audible. With Audible, you get access to an unbeatable selection of audiobooks, including bestsellers, motivation, mysteries, thrillers, memoirs, and more.
Like, I really want to do some of the sponsors that have popped up in my email. I really do. But I tend to bash them on the next video. And all of a sudden, I've got a couple of emails where they rescinded the offer. Let's see, Temu rescinded their offer, which I don't understand how that'd work on my channel in the first place. Hey, welcome to my channel. Have you ever bought useless crap online? You should buy it on Temu. Or is it Temu? Or crap? Or Wish.com 2.0? Yeah, let's watch this video. Like, the only things that make sense for my channel would be Raycon, okay? So, and this Raycon, if you ever see this, I will absolutely sell my soul to you for $50. No, but I mean, that makes sense because I use headphones on my channel. It would make sense to, because I need new headsets, because I want the new bone conduction for shocks, because it has like just a better, like, it has the air audio part too. So maybe I can, misunderstand music videos even better, the usual. But that would make sense for my channel. I'm not sure anything else would really make sense aside from like a headphone one. NordVPN doesn't necessarily make sense, or VPNs in general. And then the other one would be the food ones could make sense to a degree, because who doesn't eat food, especially when we're being lazy as fucking watching videos. But a lot of the ones I do get are either like borderline scams. Like, I think I got like a knife one. Company wanted me to do knives or something like that. And then I was like, how the fuck am I going to do that in this channel? Looking into it, it's like a $300 knife, but it's actually made of crap. So I'm like, I don't know. Like, I like a lot of the like Audible. I would probably do an Audible one, but I just don't know.
Audible has the largest selection
channel,
of audiobooks on the planet, and now with Audible Originals, the selection has gotten even more custom with content made for members. I really genuinely love
cool.
Audible. I've used it a ton, and then right now I'm listening to Jim Gaffigan's book, Food, A Love Story. Jim Gaffigan...
Of course he wrote a fucking book about food. I mean, overall, I definitely do like Audible. I don't like their crazy fees, but you got to pay the artist, right? But overall, it's not a bad deal. I do like Amazon's Kindle Unlimited. That we get a lot of use out of. My wife reads like 20 books a week on that thing.
Is one of my favorite stand-up comedians, and then just like me, he has no legitimate qualifications to talk about food, but he goes into these incredible, ridiculous rants about his favorite foods, and it's read by Jim Gaffigan.
Okay, that's the funniest part is it's an actual audiobook about crazy rants on food. I honestly might reactivate my account just to listen to that video.
So it's basically a food-themed comedy set, and it's incredible, and I highly recommend it. Audible members can choose 3 titles every month.
How many books has this guy written? Dad is fat. What the fuck? It's 5 hours. Shit my dad says sounds like a real one.
You get 1 audiobook and 2 Audible originals, which are audiobooks you can't hear anywhere else. Audible members also get access to exclusive audio fitness programs. You can listen on any device, anytime, anywhere, at home, at the gym, on your commute, or just...
I will say one thing is if you don't have an Audible account for a while and you come back after like 6 or 7 months, you can actually generally get a bunch of free stuff, which is great from them, and then you can just cancel your account again. And if you want to go a step further, you can pay for it with a privacy card, which is, you can Google that. And no matter what happens, it will automatically cancel at the end of the month because you just set the card to like $1 and it just automatically deletes itself because there's no way you can charge it. Those are the best cards.
On the go. You'll also enjoy easy audiobook exchanges, rollover credits, and an audiobook library you keep forever even if you cancel. Audible, the most inspiring minds, the most compelling stories, the best place to listen. You can get started with a 30-day trial when you go to Audible.
And then you realize each credit is like $15 for an audiobook, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you can get through a book in a day, you're like, fuck, that's like $1,500 a month.
.com/DougDoug or text DougDoug to 500-500 and listen for a change. That is audible.com/DougDoug, and then just a big thank you to Audible for sponsoring the channel. But anyways, Mario Party makes no goddamn sense. The whole game...
That's true. This game doesn't really make sense. It's really just a huge time waster. It's in a way for you and your friends to throw shit at the fucking screen.
It's built around this board that you have no control over, and the only thing you do control is mini-games, which don't matter anyways. Now, I can't be too hard.
True.
Mario Party has given me a ton of entertainment over the years, or it's at least destroyed my friendships in memorable ways, and this newest version is the best one yet, since the mini-games are fantastic and the character dice help, but it just makes no sense how little control they give you over the core game elements. And
I mean, that's true. A lot of board games, you actually do have a lot more control, which is great. It's great when you have a lot of fucking control to do shit. But some of the games, sometimes you just need a brain rot game where you just do the same shit over and over while you're doing something else, like listening to an Audible book.
It removes any feeling that I can have a real impact on what's going to happen. So if I were to give this game an honest, critical review, I would score it pretty badly. But in true Mario Party
But you can't score it badly because Nintendo might sue you.
fashion, I will instead award my final score with dice. 5 out of 3.
5 out of 3. At least Nintendo can't get mad at that. Take down the video, damn it! Copyright strike. The history of Mario. Oh my God, there's more food ones. Jeez, with burritos. That one actually kind of looks fun. Maybe I'll check that one out soon. Point Crow made Mario Party in real life. That sounds great. That sounds awful. I bet you DougDoug's in that one. Dr. Mike. I swear there was something with, I don't know if it's Dr. Mike. It was one of the doctors that like got called out for a bunch of shit. I don't know if it's Dr. Mike. I don't know. I haven't watched a lot of the doctor stuff. Twitch chat. Oh, this is the Billy May infomercial one that everyone told me about. All right, we'll watch that one. See you later.